What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to be our review on Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I just finished the game a couple days ago, but by the time I upload this, it'll be a week ago. We're going to be doing our usual thing where we talk about what the game is about. I give y'all my likes and dislikes with the game, and then we go on end it with a final verdict along with the rating for the game and if I would recommend it or not. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. I would also like to say, because I feel like I just got to say this with like all my reviews, is that my review is based off of my experience with the game. Your experience could be different than mine and vice versa, so I just have to let that be known. But without further ado, let's get started with this review. So what is the game about? Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is an action-adventure game set in and around Hawaii. You play as Goro Majima, a fan-favorite side character from the main Like a Dragon / Yakuza series. After losing his memory, Majima finds himself stranded on Rich Island, where he is rescued by a 10-year-old boy named Noah Rich. The game features 4 main locations: Rich Island, Atlantis, Nele Island, and Honolulu, which is the main city of the game. There is also sub areas too in the ocean. There's a area where it's like filled with lava and it's hot. There's another area where it's cold and snowing all the time. Then there's another area where it's like always storming and stuff. But those areas you get by playing a certain side mission. Majima soon becomes entangled in a conflict involving both local Hawaiian pirates and ex-Yakuza from Japan. After certain events unfold, he becomes a captain of his own pirate crew and embarks on a journey to find a legendary treasure that's worth $1 billion, all while trying to recover his memories. Now that you know what the game is about, let's get into the things that I liked about the game, and it's quite a few. First things first is the combat. The combat is incredibly fun and never gets old. Majima has 2 distinct fighting styles: his Mad Dog style, which is his original high-speed fighting style, where he wields a knife while throwing punches and kicks. His special ability in that fighting style allows him to summon up to 4 clones to assist him in battle. And the thing about the clones is whatever combo you do, they mimic that combo that you do. So fighting one boss, you will tear through his health if you're doing a combo that does a lot of damage, because then all the clones will be doing the exact same thing. It's so much fun.
God, we are going through his health bar, but god damn, it's a lot. Nigga, yo, he got every color of the rainbow. He got every color of the rainbow. Oh, his health was dropping like no tomorrow. God damn.
His next fighting style, which is a brand new one called Sea Dog, he fights with dual swords, a gun, and a grappling hook. His special ability in this fighting style allows him to summon spiritual animals that help you for a short amount of time in battle, and they can be obtained from dark instruments that you find throughout a certain side story. So the same side story that I was saying before about unlocking the other areas, the sub areas, it's the exact same one where you do that one and you'll find these instruments to get these new summon abilities as well. Along with that, Majima can also jump and perform air combos, which is a fresh addition to the series that enhances the fluidity of the combat. This is the first time we've been seeing it, and I love it so much with the air combos. But all around, his combat is such a joy. It's such a joy. Now, boss fights in the Yakuza games have always been a joy to do, and in this game it continues, where the bosses in this game are fun to do, fun to fight. They all have their different move sets that keeps the encounters exciting. I will say one thing about one of the bosses though later on, but other than that, fighting the bosses are very fun. Some have weapons while others, they'll just use their fists. It's the bosses aren't too hard, but I'm assuming like once you put them on a higher difficulty, they'll just hit harder. They'll probably have the same moveset, they'll just hit harder and take more damage or have more health. But other than that, they're fun. You got to strategize like when you get hit, when you can't hit, and make sure to dodge out the way at the right time and all that stuff, because you can't button mash with a lot of these bosses or else you're just gonna get messed up. So that's the great part about it, and I love fighting these bosses, especially with the intros they be having before you get into the boss fights. They be real dope. So all around, I enjoy the boss fights in this game. Ship battles in this game are very fun to me. They are the standout feature of this game. They promote heavily that you can be a pirate, because that's the whole premise of the game, is being a pirate. And in the ship battles, you can drift your ship in order to turn faster and avoid enemy fire. You can also boost your ship to avoid enemy fire or get to the enemy closer. You can even ram other ships with your ship. That does a lot of damage. You can leave the helm to revive teammates, because when your ship takes damage, your teammates, your crewmates will also take damage as well. And you have to go out there to you have to leave your helm in order to go revive them, so that way they will fire their cannons, because if everyone's dead on your ship, or not dead but knocked out on your ship, you're not going to be able to fire any of your cannons. But another thing that you can do in your ship too is you have your own personal rocket launcher that you can shoot at the enemies as well, and you can also change what kind of rocket launcher you use. You can man the guns of your ship. I don't think you can man the cannons per se, but there's two guns on the side of the helm that you can man yourself and shoot at other ships. But you have to be careful, because when you're shooting at other people with a rocket launcher or manning the gun, your ship is staying still. You have smoke screen to cover yourself, so that way they don't fire at you. So that's great for going to revive teammates or just using your own rocket launcher. But if you do it for too long, they'll eventually see you again, so it's best to not do that. But there's also different types of cannons that you can use as well. You have laser beams, you have fire, you have toxic and frost cannons. The main two that I was using is the fire and the lasers, because they're really good. Another thing too is once you bring a ship's health down, well, I would say this, once you bring a ship that's like the boss ship of the crew, or just a boss ship in general, once you bring that health down, you can board their ship and have a whole crew versus crew battle, where it's like your crew versus them in hand-to-hand combat, and you got to take out the boss of that crew and its lieutenants and all that stuff. It's so much fun. It is so much fun and a great feature to the game. There's a ton of customization in this game for both Majima and his ship. As far as Majima goes, you can change his clothes, hairstyle. Throughout the game, you'll be unlocking more moves that he can do, more signature abilities that he can do, along with increasing his attack and increasing his health. Also, you can give Majima up to 10 rings, which in this game, his rings are gear pieces, and each ring provides a stat boost or abilities or enhancements. So you'll have rings that increases attack and bullet resistance, or attack and defense, or just defense. And they even have a thing where they'll say, if you have these two rings on, it'll give you an even bigger boost, or it'll give you a certain ability where you'll be able to see a certain collectible on the map that you want to find, or something along those lines. So it's all really cool. As far as his ship goes, you can change the appearance of his ship. You can upgrade the cannons and the weapons that he has on his ship. I will also like to mention that you do have to craft the cannons. There is material out in the sea and out in the world, like Honolulu and stuff like that, where you get material for certain cannons, and then you can go up to a certain NPC and they'll craft it for you, and then that's when that cannon will unlock, so that way you can use it. And then if you're allowed to, if they allow you to, you can upgrade that cannon as well, because I think there's certain cannons that can be upgraded. They come with the stats that they come with, while there's others that can be upgraded once or twice, so be mindful of that. Along with that, you can also level up your crewmates to make them more effective in ship battles and crew versus crew battles with hand-to-hand combat. The way they go is you get them in a certain rarity, where it's bronze can go up to level 20, silver level 30, Gold is level 40, and then platinum is level 50. Only certain characters can get to platinum, and only the side characters of the main story. Everyone else that you just like, say if you find a random person out on the street that is able to join your crew, most of the time they'll either come with like the bronze rarity or the silver rarity. It's really rare to get someone who's gold. So yeah, a lot of times the gold ones, they tend to come from side missions, so it's good to do side missions. Also with that, certain squad mates or certain crewmates will have first mate traits and squad leader traits. You can have one person as your first mate, of course, but then you can assign 4 people as squad mates, and whatever trait that is depends on whatever you want to have, where you can be more attack or boost your defense greatly, or boost the amount of health you recover when you heal, something along the lines. There's also 3 slots you can have for supporting characters as well. So it's a whole progression system with your ship. I would also like to mention that there is a pirate rank system as well, where you go from, when you first start out, you'll be a 1-star pirate crew. The max is 5 stars, but the good thing about it is that you can max it out as early as chapter 2. And some of the weapons and some crewmates are locked behind that ranking system, so it's best to get your reputation up as fast as possible by just doing like side missions, mini games, whatever that can get it up, so that way you can get points in order to hit that max level. I did forget to mention too that in order to upgrade Majima, you have to have a certain amount of points and a certain amount of money, so make sure you're getting both. But all together, it's a whole lot of customization, upgrading you can do, and I loved every minute of it. Now, as far as graphics go, the game to me looks good no matter if you're just in regular gameplay or if you're in a cutscene. Of course, the cutscenes are going to look better, but even like I said, outside of the cutscenes, it still looks good in my opinion, so that's why I threw it on this list. The Japanese voice acting is excellent. I always like to have the Japanese voice acting in these kind of games. That's the original language that I started out with anyway, so I'd rather just keep it like that. And honestly, from the English they try to put in throughout the years, the Japanese versions just always are more superior than the English. But I will say in this game, the English version, from what I've been hearing, is not bad at all. It's actually really, really good. The person who did Majima on the English version, they did a really good job. So if you want to play it in English or keep it in Japanese, it's up to you. But voice acting all around in this game is really good.
俺はこの船で行きたいとこがあるんや。次の船長はドイツや。
別にそんなのは決まってない。が、ならあんたがやるか。
あ？
行きたいのはネレ島だったな。船の行き先決めんのは船長の仕事だ。もしあんたが名乗りを上げるなら、前の船長を倒した男だし、十分資格ありだぜ。
やったね、すごいじゃんおじさん。いきなり船長だって。
おいマサル、いいのかよそんな勝手して。船長また戻ってくんじゃねえか。
そん時新しい船長がいるからもういいって。追い返しゃいいだろ。
まあそうだな。もともとそんなに人望なかったし。
じゃあいいか、今からあんたが船長ってことで。
ああ、船長か。
悪くない響きやの。よっしゃ、ほら張り切ってやらしてもらおう。みんなよろしく頼むな。待ってました。
楽しくやろうぜ。うまい酒と音楽入れりゃそれがいい船長だ。
Unlike previous Yakuza games where money farming was essential because it's hard to make money, where you'll have, like, I'm gonna say for instance, Infinite Wealth, where you had to do the island in order to make a lot of money, or else you wouldn't make a lot of money throughout the whole game. In this game, there is plenty of money that you can make by just playing the game, doing side missions, finding treasure. The treasure is where the money is really made at. We're finding all the treasure, but side missions get you money too. Playing the mini games can get you money too. It doesn't take much to earn money and earn points in this game, and I really enjoyed that. You don't have to farm anything. You just play the game and just get money naturally. So that is a very positive thing in my opinion. There are tons of fun mini games and side activities that you can do in this game, including batting cages, crazy delivery, which is like crazy taxi but with food, dragon kart, which is basically Mario Kart, bounties that you can do throughout the map of like Rich Island and Honolulu, where you can go after bounties and make money that way. The Coliseum, where you can have ship battles, you can make money that way and have some like fight against like ship bosses and stuff like that. And there's also some arcades, and that's just to name a few. There's actually plenty more, but just like previous Like a Dragon / Yakuza games, there is no shortage of things you can do, ensuring that you will never get bored.
ガラスの靴を探そう二人でステップアンドゴーいつまでも深夜12時を過ぎたって君は僕の愛しい24時間シンデレラ Hey, hey, hey!
The sound design in this game was really good, from the crashing waves, when you would hear the storm out in the ocean, whenever it be raining, whenever you're doing combat and fighting with the punches and sword slashes, the background music during cutscenes and bosses made it so much more better. Like, the sound design in this game was very well put together, and I enjoyed every last bit of it.
夢とか目標とか何か追うのをやめる理由はそこら中に転がっとる。あんたがそんな必死に止めんでもいつかノアの夢は簡単にしぼむやろう。何がきっかけになるかはわからんけど、その時あんたは自分がノアから何を取り上げたんか初めて気づくんやで。
Now, I will warn you, the story does start off a little slow, but it remains engaging throughout the entirety of the game. The game does a good job of explaining events, especially when a plot twist happens, because in Yakuza games, there's always some sort of plot twist or two or maybe three throughout the game. And just like the previous Like a Dragon / Yakuza games before it, these games are normally known for their great storytelling alongside the gameplay, and honestly continues here. I enjoyed this story a lot. Like, I already gave you a little summary of what the story is about, but it does get way better, especially at the end of the game, for sure. Now, the reason why I have side missions on this list is because I personally think that all the side missions are worth doing. They all reward you with either crew members or a gear from Majima, which is the rings, or they reward you with both. Some of them actually reward you with both. Some introduce you to mini games, which I said before are very fun, while others have interesting subplots. Like, one of them I can think of was the mission where I put one of my crewmates on a date with 5 different women, and it went terribly wrong. But watch how each one played out. Was very, very funny indeed. And like I said, they're all worth doing just based off of just getting stuff from them, and honestly, they were a lot of fun.
くあどけなくあどけなくあどけなく10代、小学校、そして乳児期、これぐらいかな。そうそう。
Alright, yeah, he's drawing. He's drawing now. No, he's doing way too much. He is doing way too much. Yo. Why he treating her like a baby, yo? Nah. Now he just being weird. And now she just uncomfortable, y'all. Playing this game as Goro Majima is honestly a recipe for a great time. He is such an amazing character to play as, and when you play through this game, you understand why he's such a fan favorite. He has a great personality, even though he can be very unpredictable. You never know what he is going to do, how he is feeling until he says it. He's a badass character. He does whatever he wants. His fighting style is badass. He honestly makes the story so much more interesting. Yeah, a lot of times he can be goofy and wacky, but when he gets serious, and you see the seriousness in his eyes and his character too. And like I said, the voice actor for this character, he does a really good job every single time. So yeah, all together, I'm so happy that I was able to finally play as Goro Majima again, because I miss playing as him and I love him so much as a character. The expeditions on this game, I enjoyed them for what they had to offer. I know some people will find them pretty tedious because it's like it kind of feels like you're doing the same thing over again, but there were like 4 different types of expeditions, and honestly this was another way of getting a lot of money and points too, because of the rare rings and rare treasure that you would find when you would do these expeditions. The expeditions would be varied in the ways of, one expedition would just have you fight 100 enemies with like your crew of like you and 3 other guys that you bring with you. Another one would have you go through an entire area till you hit like a main boss or maybe mini bosses. Then another one, which would be a quick one, would be where you just fight 2 mini bosses and their lackeys. Like I said, that's very quick. And then the next one would be big, large scale crew versus crew battles, where it's like your crew of 34 versus like 100 enemies, and y'all just have an all-out battle in one big area together. Those are very fun, and like I said, it all would equal to you finding some sort of hidden treasure, which gives you a lot of points, money, and you would just find rare rings that you wouldn't find anywhere else from Majima, so you could put it on for like a gear piece or something. So altogether, like I said, I enjoyed it for what it had to offer. It was very quick and it didn't take up too much of my time, so I have it on my list. Now, normally with games, I normally run into a lot of like, or not even a lot, but quite a few bugs and glitches. I will honestly say this game is polished. I didn't experience many bugs or glitches. The only issue that I had that I felt like was a bug or glitch was the fact that when you use the cannons that spit out fire, when you're turning, they would not track the enemy ship at all. Like they would be turning away from the enemy ship when you're trying to turn your ship, and normally they would track it if you're standing still or you're just going straight. But when you're turning, it was like the fire that you were shooting out your cannons did not want to reach the ship. But the thing is that when the NPCs did the same thing would happen. So I figured that was like a bug or glitch that was in the game, but that was literally the only bug or glitch that I found. I haven't ran into anything else at all, and that is very good. So this is definitely a positive for sure with this game. Now, this is a simple one, but fast travel in any game is always a positive thing for me. Being able to just get to from point A to point B very quickly is very good. I don't have to do a bunch of traveling. Like in Honolulu, the way you fast travel is you have to find taxis throughout the map. And once you find that taxi, you can fast travel to the taxi no matter where you're at. All you have to do is pull up your map, hover over to what taxi you want to fast travel to, hit fast travel. Of course, it costs money, but it don't cost that much money, and you just get straight to that area and go to where you need to go. in the open seas, you have to unlock lighthouses in order to fast travel. Now the sucky part about it is you have to be at a lighthouse in the open sea to fast travel. You can't really fast travel where you're just anywhere out in the open, but I understand that they did that because they want you to like experience the sea and not just be fast traveling all over the place, and like maybe fight enemies if you need to level up or that whatever. But let's say fast travel was always a good thing in any game I play, and I enjoyed it in this game. Alright, so now we're into the dislikes, the things I didn't like about the game, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not a lot. But for this first one, this one got on my nerves quite a bit. Enemy ships respawn too frequently after expeditions or mini boss battles. This can be annoying when trying to travel without constant interruption. Example I would give is, so pretty much when you're out in the sea and you're traveling, they will always have like areas where they just have enemies just going around in that one area, and then when you go past it, you would have to fight them. Mind you, the fight would queue up. Like it would start immediately within their vicinity, and their vicinity was like a big circle. So you would get caught up in these fights, and either you fight them or you go past them. The problem was you would defeat them, and say you do it go into an instance of an expedition, or you have to go into an instance because you have to fight this one boss ship. You come back from the instance of after completing the expedition or defeating the boss, right? And the enemy ships that you just defeated are respawned. So now you have to go through them again and fight them again, or you have to just try to go past them. But the point is that it slows you down from getting from point A to point B, and I did not like that. So I wish they would only respawn, say if you reloaded that map, or if you just fast travel with like using the lighthouse. I didn't like that they kept respawning after like an instance of doing something. I kind of wish that was changed. I'm gonna be honest, this man Keith was so annoying at the beginning of the game. Keith was a fun boss fight at first, but having to fight him multiple times got so repetitive and annoying at the start of the game. Why did I have, like, bro, he was the person that you fought in the Yakuza game the absolute most. Like, they had me fight him again and again and again and again. I'm like, bro, like 1 or 2 fights would have been enough. But I don't like having to fight him over and over and over. I'm just like, why do I have to keep fighting the same guy all the time? Can I fight somebody else? He legit was the main boss that you was fighting throughout like the first like chapter 1 and 2 of the game. After that, they stopped having you fight him until like another time later on. But it's at the beginning of the game, it was so annoying to have to keep fighting the same guy. I'm just like, bro, just call it quits, hang it up. I've beat your ass so many times. When are we gonna learn? When are you gonna learn you can't beat me? Like, but yeah, it was so annoying. That's why I had to put this on my dislike list. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is a fantastic game that excels in combat, story, exploration, and side content. The pirate theme blends well with the Like a Dragon formula, and there is a lot to do, ensuring hours of fun. If you are a fan of the series, this is a must play. If you are new, it's still a great starting point with exciting gameplay and engaging story, but I still do recommend after you beat this game, if you're new to the game, go ahead and start the Yakuza 0. That's one of the best ones. Go ahead and get started on the beginning. Now, as for the rating that I would give this game, it is definitely a 9.5. The game isn't perfect, but it's a very, very good game. I really recommend this game highly for anybody who has not played it yet. This is definitely a must play for Like a Dragon fans and anyone who loves action-packed adventure games. So go ahead and give it a try. I'm sure you're going to love the game also. And that is pretty much it for this video. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see any more videos from me. Like I said, go ahead and pick this game up if you haven't already. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.